Thank you for tuning into Severn Update. Today I will be talking with incoming upper school dean, Phil Lenham, about his experiences in Africa, as well as other life events. How many siblings do you have?
I have an older brother, so he is 3.5 years older than I am, and he's down in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
That's where I'm going to college, kind of High Point.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, I know High Point, so
That's awesome.
it's beautiful down there.
Yeah, it is. I'm so excited. What is your worst fear of everything?
My worst fear? I have not thought about that. I think for thinking something just right now, as a parent,
Yeah.
I would think it'd be the loss of like a child or the loss of my wife or something. You know, as a parent now and now 3 children, rather than that, losing one of them or, you know, not having them there, that would probably be the worst thing that I could think of.
That would be, it's like the reunion or whatever of Virginia Tech, so.
It is.
That's like,
yeah.
I couldn't even imagine. We were talking about that in psychology. It's crazy. Do you have an idol or a hero? And if so, who is it?
An idol or a hero? I don't know if I can pick out like any one person. I mean, there's characteristics of people.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
admire.
that you know, people that are fair. About something and not afraid to be interested in that and not make apologies for it.
Yeah.
You sort of
Be
end
proud
up
of
hearing
it.
that as a chemistry teacher because everyone thinks we're like really nerdy, and we are to some degree, but
Only a little bit.
you know, it's, you know, people that are very comfortable with who they are. You know, you can think of, you know, examples of that, but you know, I can't think of
It's more the characteristics
a particular
than the
person.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I'd love to be like that person or something, but you know, and people that think more about others than themselves. You know, you know, I try to do that, and
it's hard.
And try to, you know, think about others first, and even though that sounds cliche, but you know, to have people's best at heart. Really.
Yeah, makes sense. What is your biggest lie that you ever told to someone?
My biggest lie. The easy thing is to say, well, I don't lie, which would be a lie in and of itself, and
Everyone has little lies.
We do, and there's some mistruths. I mean, some that, you know, we never went with. You know, for example, Owen definitely knows there is no Santa Claus, so he will be the child to ruin it for everyone. But you know, there have certainly been times when signatures have been forged. In my youthful indiscretion. So, you know, things like that, but, you know, and by no stretch of the imagination am I even close to being perfect.
No,
not even close, but, you know, honesty is important. So, certainly more grow up, you know, in the time of life that you're in now, and, you know, forging signatures to get out early and things like that, I would lump that under lying.
That's fair.
But never to my wife or, you know, my children or things like that. It's too hard to keep track.
Yeah.
It's too hard to
Once
keep track of what you say.
Once you start a lie, then
you know.
you just kind of keep on rolling.
Yeah.
A lie comes one after the other.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be in 10 years? could include your family if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, in 10 years, I'm gonna have to be worrying about drivers in the house.
So scary.
And
the dates, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
The girls and the boys.
I could give you better for the next
5.
5 years. I'm envision being here and things.
Yeah.
In the next 10 years, we really do want to give our children some of the experiences that we've had. We've lived overseas, and that's always in the back of our minds. When will be the next time that we'll go overseas for a while and live over there, and that I could foresee that happening.
It's harder with kids, once they get in school and all.
It is. So, but for now, I'm very content here.
Yeah.
With entering into a new role at the school.
Absolutely.
I've been here 8, and I'm content to be another 8 to 10 as long as I'm doing.
Everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, as long as I feel like I'm doing what I should be doing, and people are happy with what I'm doing, and we'll reevaluate those things from time to time. But
yeah.
Yeah, with a new position, 10 years.
Yeah.
I've lasted 8.
Another 10 would be okay.
Another 10, yeah, another 10 would be okay.
Talking about your overseas experience, what is your most memorable experience?
My most memorable experience was driving Christy's parents, so my wife, Christy. Her parents were coming to visit us in Nigeria, and they were supposed to fly into the north of the country. There are 2 airports at the time, north and south. They were supposed to fly in the north. So we drove about 3 hours north, and driving in Nigeria is not too fun because you're supposed to drive on the right side of the road, but you really drive on the side which doesn't have potholes and things like that. They're armed whenever you cross into another state. Instead of passing the Virginia line, you pass a roadblock with police.
Oh,
so it's always a little bit different traveling. So we get up there and we found that no, they had missed their flight. It was canceled, so they were flying into the south of the country. So our decision was, well, do we turn around and go home now? Somebody else was going to go pick them up, so that was off our shoulders.
That's good.
But should we turn around and go home now before it gets dark? Do you think we can make it, or do we stay up here? So we decided to turn around and go home. And one thing in Nigeria, you never drove at night, because then that's when the armed robbers came out. So you never drove at night. So we were trying to beat it down there to go back home before it got dark. Well, we turned a corner and there's a police stop there. All right, great. So I go to downshift the car, and the gear shift is just flopping. So it was stuck in 4th gear. So I had to stop. So we had to stop for the police because they have guns. So we stopped, and the policeman just wanted to ride to the next town. So I pride myself about being composed. I've never lost it so much in terms of just like how are we ever going to get out of this situation. So I was in a car, stuck in 4th gear, and had to drive 2 policemen to the next town. So they pile in with their guns, and they're sitting in the back with their guns. And I'm explaining, I only have 4th gear. So I managed to get the car started, but from that point on, I had to go through roadblocks, the city in only 4th gear. So imagine going into Annapolis in 4th gear. You couldn't shift, you couldn't slow down too much, and going around the traffic circles. So that was pretty memorable.
I could not imagine.
So, but we survived and we lived.
At least no robberies.
But it was memorable. It was very memorable.
Maybe not so positive, but that's okay.
No, but it makes a good story.
Yes, it does.
Thank you for tuning in to Severn Update. I'm Lauren Reese, and I'll see you next time.